Welcome to Voodoo Whiskey Gaming, and this is my late review of Kingdom Hearts 2.5, the final mix, if you couldn't tell by the shirt. I played it on the PS4, it's also available on the PS3, and if you go far enough back, PS2. Yes, it's an old game, but again, just like the first Kingdom Hearts, I wanted to review this because, well, the third one seems to finally be coming out, though I won't say that it's actually real until it's in my console. So Kingdom Hearts 2 actually picks up a few years after Kingdom Hearts 1. There was a game or two in between, but basically there is a group called Organization 13. They screwed with Sora's brain and memories, and he's been recovering. When you start out, you are playing as Roxas, and he is stuck in this interesting situation. He and his friends are blamed for being thieves, but not only are they thieves of an item, they are thieves of the word of that item, specifically pictures and photos. Over the course of clearing his name, he runs into this weird creature that happens to be a... And then you continue to play as him for a few days of his summer vacation, each day getting weirder and weirder, him running into some stranger and stranger things until you find out that he is living in a simulation and he is actually part of Sora. No, this isn't a spoiler, this is really the prologue of the game. Eventually Sora's memories are put back together, Sora and Roxas are joined, sort of, and become a whole being of Sora once again. Then Sora, Donald, and Goofy go back on their adventure to find the King and Riku. They of course stumble upon Organization 13 and their much grander plan, and you kinda get where this is going from there. As for the audio, once again, this is fantastic. I love the music in this game, the hybrid of Final Fantasy Disney music, it's wonderful. The sound effects are awesome in this game. There are so much more to them. I love it. You can really see the growth in development from Kingdom Hearts 1 to Kingdom Hearts 2. Not only are there more footstep sounds, which sounds silly, but it's really an impressive small detail when your character's footsteps sound different on different surfaces. But not only that, the different keyblades that you use will make different sounds when hitting enemies. And on top of that, honestly, the voiceover work is superior to the first game. I mean, the first game wasn't terrible, but this has a much better voiceover cast. As for the gameplay, it's still an action RPG. You still go to different worlds, you get involved in the stories of those worlds, and they loosely, more so in this game than the last game, tie into the overall story. Some of the worlds are more unique than others, specifically I would say the Pride Lands. Yes, the Lion King is in this. When you are in a lion form and running around, you are far faster and your combat is actually different than normal. Speaking of combat, the Keyblade system in this is a little weird. It's not like the previous game where each one you get is a progression over the other in some way. Some of these are not always necessarily better. Eventually I did find ones that were better and I liked, but it took a little while. The combat on foot, like the actual battle, is fantastic. It's so much better than the first games. It's much smoother, it feels more natural, it just works better, and the reaction commands are fantastic. Those are when the enemy is doing something specific and you can do something specific to retaliate. There's plenty of optional things to do in this game, mini games, the arena, as well as optional bosses, and you gotta be careful with the optional bosses because if you go at them too soon, you're probably gonna get your ass kicked. Sadly, once again, the gummy ships are back, and honestly, while the piloting and the shooting is much better, the building of the gummy ships is so much worse. I didn't spend as much time playing around with the gummy ships this time around than the first game because, Atlantica is the worst level in the game. It is one of the worst things ever. It is not necessary. It honestly drags the quality of Kingdom Hearts 2 down a bit. The whole musical shit was completely unnecessary and it's just, oh god. Hopefully Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't bring that back. As for the controls in this game work very well. I honestly feel like they work even better than the first game. I never ran into a problem where I felt like the controls were failing me, and that is all that really matters. Lastly, the graphics. Kingdom Hearts 2 does a lot of things that Kingdom Hearts 1 did, and that's not a bad thing. Things like the cartoony look, that blending of Disney and Final Fantasy visually is very awesome, and the way they do it just more in depth in this game is so much better. There's so many small details, like the menu down in the corner changing depending on which world you're in. Your character's costume once again changes. The particle effects based on the weapon that you are using change. All these small details are just fantastic and they add so much to the game. Sadly, there is one thing that graphically detracts from the game, and I ran into it on so many places, specifically during cutscenes. And that is this weird double image, even like triple image that you get every now and then, and it gets really distracting at times. Sometimes you see it and it's not as bad, but other times you see it and it is really, really bad. I don't know why it's there. I don't know if it was in the original Kingdom Hearts 2. It's been a long time, but it's definitely noticeable in this one. So to wrap this up, Kingdom Hearts 2 does what any good sequel should do, and that is be better than the first for the most part. The gameplay has improved, the graphics have improved, the voiceover has improved. All of that is superior to the first game. Again, the Atlantica level is just, so bad. I'm reminded of a VG Cat comic making fun of it where Sora ends up with his ears bleeding. Yeah, that's about how I felt. I literally muted my TV just to get through those sections because garbage. That being said, Kingdom Hearts 2 overall is fantastic. Fully recommended. I could never not recommend this game. I don't give a shit what you think. I don't give a shit what you normally like. Kingdom Hearts 2 is fantastic. Okay, so in the comments below, why don't you let me know if you think the Keyblade should just be called a giant metal beating stick. And as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. And if you like what I'm doing in general, share, subscribe. Have a good one.